There is a world in our own solar system that should not be the shape it is. It is not round, but stretched, pulled into the shape of an egg or rugby ball, tumbling end over end in the dark far beyond Pluto. And it spins so fast that if it turned any faster, it would tear itself apart. It is real, and it has a name, yet almost nobody has ever heard of it. We are taught that worlds are round. The Earth is round, the Moon is round, the Sun, the planets, the great moons of Jupiter, all of them pulled by their own gravity into a sphere. It is the most natural shape in the universe. Give a large object enough mass, and gravity will always try to make it a ball. That's just how it works. So the rule seems simple. Big things in space are round. However, this world breaks that rule. Its name is Haumea. Haumea orbits the Sun far past Neptune, out in the Kuiper Belt, a vast ring of frozen worlds left over from the birth of the solar system. It is about the size of Pluto. It is made of rock, wrapped in a shell of hard crystalline ice. And by every rule we understand, it should be a sphere. It is not. It is nearly twice as long in one direction as the other. A cosmic egg, over 1,000 miles across on its long axis. To understand why, you have to understand how fast it is turning. Our Earth takes 24 hours to spin once, a single day. Haumea, a world nearly the size of Pluto, completes a full rotation in less than 4 hours. It is the fastest spinning large object known in the entire solar system. And that spin is the key to everything. When something turns that quickly, it throws its own material outward, the same way mud flies off a spinning wheel. On most worlds, gravity easily wins and the object stays round. But Haumea spins so violently that the outward force at its equator begins to win. The world bulges, it stretches. It is frozen in the act of being flung apart, held together by gravity, but only just.
So you see what's happening is it was a sphere and now it's bulging out, and it's bulging out along its equator. Look at that. That's got the centrifugal force that tends to flatten things. You see that? I mean, there it is, right? Those are fictitious forces at work. And that's essentially actually what happened to some bits of Haumea, we think.
Now, if we ask the question, what could possibly make a world spin that fast? We think something hit it. Billions of years ago, when the solar system was young and violent, astronomers believe another large object slammed into Haumea. Not a gentle touch, a catastrophe. The collision struck it so hard that it set the entire world spinning, faster than anything its size has ever been seen to spin since. And the impact did more than that. It tore pieces off. The debris knocked loose from that ancient collision is still out there. 2 of the largest chunks became moons circling Haumea to this day. We have named them Hi'iaka and Namaka, after the daughters of the goddess the world itself is named for. But the collision left behind something else, something we did not expect to find this far from the Sun. In 2017, astronomers watched Haumea pass in front of a distant star. For a few seconds, the star's light blinked, dimmed, and flickered in a way the world alone could not explain. There was something around it. Haumea has a ring, a thin band of dark debris about 40 miles wide, orbiting the little world in perfect time. For every 3 times Haumea spins, a particle in the ring completes one orbit, locked together in a silent rhythm that has held for billions of years. And this should not be here. Rings were supposed to belong to the giants, to Saturn, to Jupiter, to Uranus and Neptune. Enormous planets with enormous gravity, not a frozen egg-shaped world at the edge of everything. Haumea was the first object of its kind ever found with a ring. It rewrote what we thought a small world could hold. Now imagine the whole scene as it truly is right now as you watch this. A stretched, icy world the size of Pluto, spinning end over end every 4 hours. 2 small moons born from an ancient impact circling in the dark. A ring of black debris turning around its waist. And all of it more than 4 billion miles from the sun. So far that sunlight, traveling at the speed of light, takes 6 hours just to reach it. So out there, Haumea is a world of almost unimaginable cold. Its surface sits at around 240 degrees below 0 Celsius, colder than almost anywhere you could point to. A polished shell of crystalline ice reflecting what little light reaches it, so bright that we can just barely see it from Earth as a faint, tumbling point. And here is what could be seen as unsettling. We have never been there. No spacecraft has ever visited Haumea. No camera has ever seen its surface up close. Everything we know, the shape, the spin, the moons, the ring, we have pieced together from tiny flickers of starlight and distant points of reflected sun. A mission to reach it would take more than 14 years to arrive, and none has ever been launched so far. So it simply turns out, there in the dark, exactly as it has for billions of years. A world the shape of an egg, spinning on the edge of a knife, ringed and moonlit and utterly alone. One of the strangest objects we have ever found. And it has been part of our own solar system this entire time. Our own backyard. We like to think we know our own neighborhood. 8 planets, a familiar map, the place we call home. But past the edge of that map, in the cold and the dark, there are worlds that break the rules we thought were unbreakable. Worlds that should be round and are not. Worlds that should be bare and wear rings. And Haumea is only one of them. Out in that frozen belt beyond Neptune, there are thousands more objects we have barely glimpsed, and countless others we have not found at all. If a world this strange has been hiding in our own solar system all along, waiting 300 years just to circle the sun once, then whatever else is out there in the dark we have not yet reached is stranger than we have ever dared to imagine. Maybe even the mysterious planet 9 we are yet to find. If this showed you a world you never knew existed, share it with someone who still thinks they know the solar system. There are more of these worlds, and we are only just beginning to find them. Subscribe, like, and we will continue to discover them together.